wouldn't get behind that. But Dan, if that was American citizens, that would have been on every single news station.
To
What are
to
y'all
be
talking
You're
about?
correct.
to
What
be
have
fair, to be fair though, I mean it does. They do have blockades. I would say this. They do. I mean they do have blockades. Ask about certain towns you would have to pay to go through. I would say that.
what are y'all
Oh,
talking about?
pay is fine. Pay is fine.
But
Do you,
wait, hold on.
is
These
everyone
people
taking
are
in?
nuts. I mean, you understand that, right?
Wait,
They
is
are.
everyone?
They are. They absolutely are. The cartels are animals, but without due process, we don't know who is actually in the cartel and who's just some dude that likes
The
that.
due process
Right. If
is
someone got
illegal immigrants in our country illegally.
if someone got
That's the due
MS-13,
process.
Everybody has to get due process. Otherwise, you don't know who's legal and
you
illegal.
you do though, bro. If someone got that tatted on their forehead,
Bro,
bro,
okay.
that ain't no question whether or not they're in the cartel, bro.
I'm gonna. Well, hold on. I'm gonna ask you
Yeah.
this.
If,
Bro,
it has, if it has a tattoo on, if they have a tattoo on their face,
Quizzy. Wait, I'm gonna
sure.
ask him this.
You misheard me.
They
I'm saying if
need
they got
some kind of due process.
MS-13 tattooed across their forehead, there's
Wait,
no
Quizzy.
fucking
I'm gonna ask you
question
this
whether or
question.
not they're in a gang.
Hey, where was MS-13 founded?
I think it
Who
was
you,
Wait,
California.
let me ask you this. Let me
In
ask
Oh,
you this.
LA.
sorry.
who you asking? Me?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Where was it founded?
MS-13?
Yeah,
I don't know.
you don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, it was founded in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. They're not the only gang that they're worried about. There's the other
Right,
one.
but you brought up MS-13 like it made it seem like it's El Salvador's.
I mean, shit, bro. Any of them gangs, like they got 'em- they got the fucking tattoos that resemble.
So
Like,
Crips and Bloods, all them, they should be locked
nah,
up.
brother. Nah, bro. I ain't even say that. I'm talking about the ones that's related to the cartel, bro. They be having tats that
Okay, so
signify.
Vinny, if I had a tattoo of MS-13 on my head, um, am I afforded due process?
You said, or do you need due process if you have that?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you would obviously have a record. If you didn't have a
No,
record,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
obviously have a record.
Look,
No, I
if you
just
didn't
have a
have a
ta- I
if
just
you didn't
have
have a record, you had. I mean,
I
you could write,
just have
"I'm a
that
cunt"
tattoo.
on the top of your forehead, and
I'm an innocent YT woman, but I have a MS-13 across
I mean,
my
that's like
forehead.
a weird hypothetical situation. The other
I
thing
mean,
that I would,
Wait, I don't think it is weird.
well,
I
the
don't
other
think
thing that I would add too is that
I'm asking, does, all right, so maybe I'll lead you a little bit more onto the situation. Am I guilty of being in, that G
no shit,
if,
you're not guilty of it. But the other thing that is to
wait,
add,
then why am I being
if
deported?
do you have
because
a
Why am I
you're
being
making
deported?
random shit up. But
you have
I'm not. I'm giving you the exact
nah,
situation of
that's
what's
not the
happening.
exact. There wasn't no
but
white
some
teen
but
Vinny,
some
women that were
stupid
being chained
Vinny,
together.
some kid could go out and get an MS-13 tattoo on his face because he thinks it's cool and not realize that that's like reserved for high
Then they're
level
fucking stupid. But
something. Right?
the other
Well,
thing
right, but
too.
you don't forfeit due process for
well,
being like stupid.
Oh, too bad. Cry about it. But the other thing is that the
It
majority of
impacts you, dude.
the majority of
If
these
we
people
all
that
have due process, then it could come for anybody. Like that's
Bro,
what you guys don't
I don't think
understand.
anybody gives a fuck
I
about
think
the
it's going to stay
250
compartmentalized
people
for these people that you don't like.
that
It
got
could
flew
go
over to
against
El
you.
Salvador, bro. I don't think anybody gives a flying fuck about those 250
So
people.
Vinny, I'm
Bro.
asking a
absolutely.
question. Do you
I
believe in
don't.
due process?
I do.
If they're
I
MS-13,
could care
think
less,
he.
bro.
Here's the
I could
thing.
care less about those
I don't
250
think he
people.
knows what due process
I
is.
do know what due process is, and I could
Uh,
fucking care less about the 250
Of
people
course, you
that
don't
got
care.
flew to El
You
well,
don't
Salvador.
care about the
that
Constitution.
and
that
that would
erodes
be
your
the
own due
problem.
Due
It
process.
doesn't
process
matter. They're
does
not
not
even American.
apply
Why would it
to
matter?
Wait, what
illegal
about
immigrants.
wait, hold on,
Constitution doesn't
Vinny,
fucking comply to them. They're
Vinny,
not
what
even
about the
American.
American citizen that's down there right now? Do you care
You
about
said
the
what?
American citizen? Do you
Like in
care about the
Cancun,
American
is that what you're
citizen
saying? Like,
that's there?
That's
They
where
they
in El Salvador.
yeah, they took one of our people, one of the American citizens, one of the people on the planes were an American citizen. Are you okay with that?
Based off what? I never seen nothing about that.
Based off
So.
what?
Of course it did.
Oh well,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you should look that up. How does
Yeah,
that
for
make you feel?
sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just picked a random person out of Illinois and said, "You're
If
going to El
Just
Salvador,
some guy.
buddy."
No,
Just
tough
some
shit.
guy,
That's unfortunate.
just some
If we
guy
show
with
you,
tattoos. Wait,
if
just
we
some
show
guy
you
with
that happens,
tattoos.
would you change your mind?
I went, nah, bro. Mistakes
Okay, then
happen.
you're just being ignorant at that point.
Mistakes
So,
happen, bro.
so then it doesn't matter. You just trust Trump, whatever he says, and you're
I
just gonna
do.
be
Yep, I
okay
I
with
do.
even
guarantee you. I
American
guarantee
citizens.
you,
I
if
do.
So
Trump's seen that, if Trump knows about that, he's going to release that middle-aged man that did absolutely nothing,
Yeah,
just
no
walking
fuck.
on the streets
he's
of
he's
Obviously,
already in El
Indiana.
Salvador. How's he gonna release him?
I don't know,
But
but I
hey,
don't think
Trump,
That
that's
would
real.
Trump.
sound
I
I've
good.
seen
mean,
nothing
He
Trump
about
is
that.
a
no,
Yeah,
he's
he's just
already gone.
making shit
The
up.
thing no, the thing is like the courts had told them to turn the planes around.
Doesn't
Trump
matter.
ignored that. The planes continued and they sent
Of
another one.
course.
And there's an American citizen currently in El Salvador. So
okay.
fuck that
So
so fuck
how
that
does that
person
happen?
too,
How does an
right?
American citizen
So
get sent
fuck
to
that
El
person too.
Salvador?
Because
Because
they had a
I don't
they're not
tattoo.
know
getting due process. Are you? They're not getting due process.
because
So
he
so
dude had some tattoos that
A
look like they
judge
might be Tren de
so,
Aragua.
so you don't think they're checking people when they lock them up and be like, oh yeah, we checked with the border and they said that this person came from
No.
this country and they're have connections to this gang. You think they just
No,
rounded
I
people
don't
up?
think they're checking people. I
no.
just
I
think
don't.
they're picking
I
up
don't
Maybe
people
think
that
at
it was
random.
because of a
but
Hey,
tattoo.
Vinny, whether they're checking people or not, it's not documented because they are not afforded due process. So it would be great if they were. We hope that's happening, but it is not documented, and nobody knows that because they were not
Yeah.
given due process.
You don't have trust in
Are
ICE.
you aware? Are you aware of what the
Freedom of
14th
Information
Amendment?
Act.
I
Are you
mean,
okay? I'm glad we're talking about law. So under the 14th Amendment, what does that say about immigrants in this country?
The 14th Amendment is about women voting.
It's not. It's not. It's not, my
Holy
friend.
shit.
Fortunately, no. We had a lot more amendments to go before
Yeah,
that
that's the
happened.
19th, dog.
what does it say about
So
immigrants?
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. Anyway, I'll give you guys a clue. 'Cause you're
I don't
obviously
mind. I don't mind being
like,
wrong. I can be laughed at.
all right. Yeah, Dan, thank you. I appreciate that because often I'm wrong. So I appreciate you saying that. I'm not. I should not laugh at that. I agree. But what the 14th Amendment says specifically is that anyone on U.S. soil is afforded due process. I mean, it was more so like about. I'm not going to educate you.
Well,
If you want to have
hey,
a side
hey,
conversation,
hey.
we will.
You
But
know, I
more
mean,
so, what it says is that every person on the soil, whether they have a green card, whether they are a permanent citizen, whether they were born here, whether their parents were
Whether
born
they're here illegally?
Yeah.
it does not matter whether they are here illegally or
illegally?
illegally.
Do you think if
Yeah.
someone's here
The
illegally,
14th
they need
Amendment
due
protects
process?
them.
They
The
are.
14th Amendment protects them for due process. They get due
Even someone
process.
who
Yes,
broke into the
Vinny.
country?
Yes, Vinny.
Yes.
Yes, Vinny.
No,
Someone
No, it
who
doesn't.
somersaulted over the
Yes,
border,
it
who
does.
did a
No, it
cartwheel
doesn't.
over the border.
Stop. You gotta let
Why?
them talk because you gotta let them talk too.
All right, but he's saying
It
stupid shit.
That just doesn't. If someone's here illegally, they don't deserve due process. If someone breaks into the country,
That's what you want to hear talk.
they deserve to get fucking sent back to where they came from. Why do they deserve due process if
Well,
you know someone broke in here illegally?
Because
Wait,
because
okay,
hold on.
the
Hold,
government, the
hold on. If
government
everybody's
Hold
wait,
on,
hold on,
guys.
hold on. What am I trying to do here? If I'm trying to get conservatives in so we can have good conversations,
Hey,
should I just
hey,
kick
hey.
them out if you don't like them?
I just want to hear hate speech.
No, we're not trying to make it come out, Mojo. I'm just saying, like, what he's saying is so
I mean,
incorrect.
I mean, it's
Basic
evil.
scenario.
I
It's the
mean,
basic-
it's not even different beliefs. It's evil shit you're listening
It's
to.
evil.
The
Yeah.
basic scenario. Would you want someone? Do you just open your doors at night and let anyone that you want to come into your house? I mean, in the presidential, in when he puts his hand on the Bible, he swears an oath, and like the first sentence or second sentence is like, sovereignty. I How does that go?
Yeah, we're
Uh,
sovereign citizens and sovereignty.
No.
Well, I will protect. Yeah, I will protect the American people, foreign and domestic. I will protect the sovereignty of this country. And I just feel like Biden totally screwed that and like opened up the floodgates. And it's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to us? I mean,
So
I
I
really
would,
think it's
I
about
guess I
votes.
would.
I really thought it was about votes. And I
Yeah, it
hope
was.
they deport as many as they can.
All right. So Dan, do you know? Did Trump put his hand on the Bible and say that?
Absolutely.
He did not. He did
Well,
not. Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible, which was
yeah,
strange,
when
right?
the
And
second
that's
time when he got inaugurated in,
He
yeah,
might have.
and
yeah,
that,
and
and
That's
that's
in a
just
private
a
ceremony
really,
he
a
did.
really fun, a really strange fun fact that he didn't. I'm not going to hold anyone to
yeah,
that,
it's fine, but I
but
don't,
it's a fun
I
fact.
don't really
So
think he needs
that in.
to, because the Bible tells you not to swear on it anyway, so it's kind of redundant that they ask you to do that.
All right. So when your friend Dan
I
just
like
made
this
the
thinking.
argument that you
But
have
go
to
ahead.
swear on
Go
the
ahead.
Bible, that they all swore on this Bible to
Yeah,
do X, Y, Z.
but you're not
So
supposed to
when I
swear on the
call out,
Bible
so when
anyways.
I call out Vinny, so when I call out that he did not, your best defense against that is saying,
Because it says in the
well, you
Bible you're
shouldn't. You
not.
shouldn't anyway.
Yeah, because it
All right.
says
I'm
in the
talking too
Bible
much.
you're
I'm
not supposed to
sorry.
swear on the Bible. It literally says that word for word.
You really want to talk about
Oh,
what it
hold
says in
on,
the
hold
Bible
on,
about
Yeah,
immigration?
for sure. If you
hold
guys
on.
want to
Okay.
talk about Trump
What is?
swearing or not swearing on the Bible, it literally tells you to not
I
swear
just feel like
on the
that
Bible.
this
So,
was not the point to
yeah,
get.
I'm saying. I mean, you guys want to say, "Well, he didn't swear on the Bible." He doesn't fucking need to.
All right, I have a serious question for both of you. Are you guys okay with legal immigration?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean, we've already
So,
sold a
Absolutely,
bunch
they
of
are.
gold
Yeah.
cards, right? Did you guys know that? We've already made, what is it,
yeah,
$50
yeah, we
billion in gold cards? That wasn't going to work, though, was it?
no, it was less than that, but that's the
Okay,
ultimate
yeah.
goal.
Yeah, we've
Well,
sold
that's I
50.
think that's
We've
no,
sold
we haven't.
50 gold cards at $1 million.
Oh,
That's
50. Okay, I thought
yeah.
you said we've sold 50 billion worth of gold cards. I apologize. I thought that's what you
No,
said.
yeah, not 50 billion.
So you guys are okay with legal immigration? How about we just take all the illegal immigrants in the country, we pick them up, we drop them outside of a port of entry, and let them come in legally?
Sure.
Yeah.
Through with paperwork,
Yeah. Yeah.
through due process, as you so want to say.
Oh, now they like due process. All right.
Oh,
No,
awesome.
no, no,
Well, I
no.
mean,
I mean,
that's
you guys like
awesome.
due
At
process.
least we can agree it's not about immigration. Then all we have to do is get a better process. All we have to do is fix the process then, and we can allow all the people to stay. We can vet them properly. If we hire more people to do the vetting, we can
Yeah.
protect the border. If we put more
I have no
technology on the
problem with
border.
that idea.
I got a
And
question, Dan. Does it are immigrants like a scourge on like our debt, or do they cost us a lot of money?
I'd say they're a net negative, not a net positive.
So how much money you think you would spend to logistically round up all the immigrants and deport them? How much money would you be spending?
How much
Fuck,
money
I don't know. They
did how
didn't,
much money did it cost for Biden to fly them into cities and bus
There
them
we go.
throughout the country?
I'm surprised your live don't get taken down with all this fake news bullshit on here, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
It's
don't know
wild.
how that would. Wait, how is that fake news?
What, that he
They
was
did.
flying that he's
Yeah,
flying like
yeah,
immigrants in planes to different cities?
they
they
got
did.
flown around. That's what happened
No,
in
They
no, no,
Texas.
wait.
and that Biden didn't. Biden didn't do it. It was the states that did it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Greg
but
No,
Abbott
no,
that
Biden didn't
busted.
do anything. Biden didn't
Wait.
do
It was the
anything for
states.
4
It
It
years.
was
was
Greg
That's
Abbott that was
that's
busting
his
him.
DeSantis
get out of jail
specifically.
card.
DeSantis specifically flew immigrants up to Martha's Vineyard to make a point, right? That was a
DeSantis,
state.
it was Abbott.
Yeah, it was
Like,
Abbott.
Biden didn't even sign
No,
anything,
no,
bro.
I think that was DeSantis that flew the immigrants up to Martha's Vineyard.
Nope,
I think
nope.
it was
It
Florida.
was the Texas governor Abbott.
All right,
yeah.
I'll look that up.
I got
That
another.
Maybe, but
that auto pen ain't his signature.
Either way, it was one of them.
yeah, and that was a state decision. That was
I'm all
Biden.
in. I'm all in. Drawing to the river with no outs.
Yeah, and look at the budget. Look at all they didn't even, when they went to talk about how much money they spent, they didn't even fucking know. That's how stupid they are. Chicago, New York, what was it, Boston, all those cities that
All those
didn't,
countries. Yeah.
cities that didn't know what they spent. They didn't. They said they didn't even write it down. Like what the fuck?
$643,000 to test the consistency of ketchup.
Okay, I would like to know. I'm sorry.
What the hell did that come from?
Can we just? Yeah,
A
I don't
year.
know. I don't know, but Vinny, you said Boston. That's near and dear to my heart. So what are you saying that they didn't calculate?
Isn't that was that the Asian lady that was running the state that said they didn't even write down the budget they spent to help
No.
people out that was coming there?
If you're gonna bring empirical evidence as the Asian lady that ran the state that didn't know what they wrote down the budget, I don't know how to argue with that.
No, I
That is
mean, I
pretty
don't know.
funny, though.
They brought all those people into the
I
committee.
was kind of like
There was
that.
the black guy that runs Chicago. There was, there was all
Oh,
these.
The black
that
guy.
is the categorization. The black guy that ran Chicago and the Asian lady that may have wrote some things down. And you want me to understand your argument? Can you please? This is the third time
He's
I've
Yeah,
heard
just,
it.
he's just trying to he's just trying to get a foundation. He doesn't
No,
know
yeah,
their names.
I don't fucking remember
Who's
their
the
names.
governor
I'm
of
giving you the
Texas,
best
Vinny?
evidence I have for what the people that were up there talking. That run the budget.
Your best evidence is the Asian lady that ran the city.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't
You're
fucking remember her
incorrect.
name.
You are incorrect. You are incorrect in that, but try again. What are you talking about?
The budget that they had no idea of how much money they spent on helping illegal immigrants in their city.
Boston didn't know how much they just help me help you. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, if that was the
Boston,
state, I can't.
Boston.
I know Chicago was one, New York was one. I can't remember the other two, but
Well, then you said Boston. Why are we having this conversation when you said the Asian lady you think that ran Boston? I'm sure.
yeah,
Vinny,
that might have been it.
Vinny, go back to the drawing board. I'm not having this conversation.
Yeah, it's fucking irrelevant. Whatever state it was, whatever
It's
person
very
it was,
your argument is very irrelevant.
it
You're
doesn't
absolutely
matter. The point is that these people that ran these cities didn't know how much money they spent.
what cities and can you be specific and can you bring proof?
Yeah,
I'm willing
they
to
they
learn.
went.
I'm asking to learn about it. But when you tell me again, the Asian lady who was from that place,
Yeah,
that is not empirical proof.
yeah.
So
I can't remember her name, but they brought in these different, the different governors and shit, and
oh my God, I can't. Someone else, please help me.
yeah. I mean, they were front of the committee. You never saw none of that when they talked about their budget.
Yeah, the people that ran the cities that came in front of the
Can you
people
stop
that were
fucking
in charge.
repeating everything I say? Like, if you're not
No,
with
it
me, you're not
needs to
with me.
be.
I don't.
It needs
I
to
don't
be
care.
repeated to you.
Maybe
So
they, maybe
you
they
hear
didn't spend
yourself.
very much.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ!
they
No,
didn't.
You
they
need
spent
to
tons of
hear
money.
yourself,
Maybe
Vinny.
they spent a lot. Well, no, you can't say you don't know how much they spent and then say they spent tons,
Yeah, they
right?
did. They don't even
We don't
know
know
how
how
much
much they
fucking
spent, so
money they
maybe they
spent,
spent a
dude.
lot less than they got back.
No, they spent
Okay,
millions and millions of dollars.
you
Chicago
don't
went
know
over.
that. You don't know how
I
much they
do.
spent.
Chicago went over its $1 billion deficit.
Okay, but you said they didn't know how much they spent. So
Yeah,
which
that was
do you
just
know how much they spent, or was it?
no, that
You
was
can't. You can't live in the quantum space, man. Like, do they know how much they spent or not?
the Asian lady. She didn't fucking know. No,
Okay, so maybe they didn't spend that much.
no, they did, bro. They spent
Okay,
way over their budget.
belief-based reasoning.
No, it's not, bro. They went in front of the
It
committee. It's
is.
not my fault. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You
Vinny,
didn't watch it.
Vinny,
It's
You're
Vinny,
not
not
when
saying
you say
anything.
right.
You're
when
saying
you
the
say the
Asian lady from
Asian
Boston,
lady,
like, didn't know how much they spent.
Yeah,
That's not
I know
any
you liberals
information.
don't give a fuck how much they spent. I know you guys don't care.
dude, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no,
And I
I know you
can't
don't
believe,
care.
I
I'm
can't
from
believe
Chicago, so I'm
my
pretty sure
time
I
is
know what
valuable.
happens in Chicago.
My
But
time is valuable. So when
You're from
somebody
Chicago, but you don't
attacks
know
me
who
with
the.
this conversation or has this
I don't give
conversation,
a fuck about the dude who runs the place. He don't even know what he's
it's a
doing.
big waste of time. And so I think maybe my message to you is maybe go back to the drawing board before you tell someone to look up the Asian lady who made the budget big boom boom in
I
maybe
didn't say that
in
stupid
New
ass
York
shit.
or other places.
Look. If your ass didn't watch the committee hearing where
I
they
am
talked about the
fucking
fraud, that's your
joking.
fault, not mine.
This dude does not watch C-SPAN. I know that.
This dude is a
What
fucking fetus. I'm
what
sorry.
was the committee hearing that you're talking about?
They're talking about the fucking budgets that the city spent on illegal
Was it
immigrants.
was it a city committee or was it a federal committee?
It was a
He's saying
federal.
the
It was a
Asian lady
federal
that was in
committee.
charge of that
Hey,
city.
wait.
Hold on, hold
So
on,
Let
hold
him
on.
speak.
was
It
it a
was a.
committee
It was a federal. Yeah, federal committee.
in the House?
Yeah, in the House.
When was this?
It was like 2 weeks ago.
And do you remember what committee it was?
No, not off the top of my head, but
Just type in the Asian lady.
yeah,
Were there
It should pop
were
up.
there other governors there, or was it just Chicago?
yeah. There
Or the
was
mayors?
there was like 4 or 5 different governors there.
And were they all running in deficits? Is that what it was about?
Yeah, they were all running in deficits, and there were other ones that didn't even know their deficit because they didn't write nothing down. They didn't keep track of anything.
I find that hard to
Oh,
believe, but
I know what he's talking. I know
I
what he's
just
talking about.
wait. I'm confused though because these are state budgets. What is the federal government doing looking at state budgets?
Because they went way over their budget. Either
Yeah,
they
but
went way
what does
over
that
their
have to
budget
do with the
or
federal government?
because they're wasting money that they give them.
That they give them?
Yeah,
You mean the funds that go to all states?
yeah, and they're either going over what they were supposed to. They're running out of money. You know, the cities aren't getting clean. Police aren't getting paid the right amount of money. There's a lot of things that go
I'm just
wrong.
not sure I understand how they have any control. The federal government has any control how a city, not even a state, but a city runs its budget.
I want to say I know what he's talking about. This is when they started asking him questions about how they were running it. Is that what you're talking about,
Yeah,
Vinny? Okay,
yeah.
I know what
Yeah,
you're talking.
I
I know what he's
understand what he's
saying.
saying, but I'm just trying to figure out how the federal government actually has any place in asking about a city's federal or a city's budget. That doesn't make any
Because
sense
I
because
mean, the
Congress can't do anything about a city and their budget.
yeah, I mean, they
Person,
just they see
Chicago has
that
no idea how
there's
much they
issues.
spent, and this guy said, "Oh, that's true."
They see that there's issues because they're running out of money and the cities are falling apart.
Are you kidding me? You don't think that Congress um, initiates what even small towns are allocated for their
N-
budgets?
No.
They
You
initiate
don't you
some
don't you
funding.
don't think the federal government? I mean, we are a system here.
Yeah, a federalist system. The federal government does give money to the states for a lot of different reasons, for highways, for schools, for different programs like addiction programs, healthcare programs, stuff like that. They do hand out a lot of money to states, but the states actually take that money and hand it out to localities within the state. So the state is in control of where that money goes, not the federal government. The federal government is in control of how much money is sent from the federal government to the state, but the state would control that. So it doesn't make any sense to me why a federal House committee would have any control or any reason to ask a city how it's running its budget.
Well,
That
I
just
mean, it's
doesn't
because
make
they
any sense.
wasted all their money on illegal immigrants, bro.
I'm literally reading the damn article that he's obviously talking about, and he's literally fucking just spewing bullshit out of his mouth.
Is he
If
No,
y'all
talking
want,
about
I'm not
Michelle?
spewing
Is he
bullshit,
talking about
bro.
Michelle Wu?
yeah,
Yeah, Michelle Wu.
Good,
Yeah,
yeah, and
good
I'm reading it,
Lord, Vinny.
and
Vinny, don't. Vinny, oh God. I'm sorry. I'm
it
gonna.
says in February, a report from the Boston Policy Institute predicted that declining commercial real estate values would lead to a reduction in property tax revenue and a revenue shortfall of more than $1 billion over the next 5 years, leading to a decline in the quality of city services and prospective residents choosing not to live in the city. The report warned of a doom loop in which this sequence then begins again and repeats indefinitely, with its effects continuing to worsen. In her presentation to members of the Boston City Council, Wu said that at present, diminished tax revenues from commercial properties would simply be offset by an increased tax on residential properties, with the city's total property tax intake remaining stable She added that Boston's economic indicators remain promising, with unemployment low, home values rising, and foot traffic downtown increasing. Nothing about immigration. Nothing
What
about
was the
undocumented.
source there?
This is WGBH.
It's because they don't talk
local.
about immigration, bro. You think they're gonna talk about it? What?
Oh yeah,
what do you
we should get our
so
news
then
from
you-
you, dog.
No,
Wait,
like,
what was the, what
guys-
committee was that talking about? What committee was that?
It was at a breakfast. It was in a breakfast
breakfast?
budget pitch where she, it says she pans false information, quote unquote false information about Boston's financial future and quells misinformation that has been spreading about the fiscal crisis for the city.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it has no, and it's
So
about budget.
this is the story you're telling us, Benny?
Yeah, it wasn't even a
And
fucking
can
committee.
we not forget, because I will never forget that Vinny said the Asian lady from that city, and there was 4 big cities, and he named one of them of the 4. That
Man,
was
you
his final-
still going on about that shit?
Yeah, I'm never gonna forget it. Just like
That's
I just
fine.
said.
Go ahead.
He was
Oh,
trying to reference. He was trying to
Jesus
reference
Christ.
the person.
yeah.
Yeah,
we
I
had
guess
to
it wasn't
do
good
it.
enough.
So
She
what
won't
happened?
shut the
Wait,
So what
Vinny?
happened,
about this shit.
Vinny? From the last literal 10 minutes, we've tried to decode your inability to cite something, and Crow, thank him, he looked up something that was so obscure from your basic racist cues.
That wasn't fucking racist. You're making it racist.
It was
Jesus,
a
keep going
racist
on and
cue.
on.
I think it was a
Shut the
racist
fuck
cue.
up. Oh my
The
god.
Asian lady from
Vinny?
that place.
Yo, you've said that shit
Yes.
a
Wait, hold
hundred
on.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
Hold
Dude.
on.
times.
Hold on,
I
Vinny.
wanna
Okay,
see
CS,
it
hold on a
50
minute.
more
Hold on a
fucking
minute.
times. Like
Hold on.
this shit's
Hold
If
on.
I'm
ridiculous.
at a
Holy
grocery- Vinny,
fucking
Everyone,
at a
fuck.
grocery
hold on a
store,
minute. Vinny, hold
and
on
I'm
a second.
explaining to my wife.
Dan, hold on a second, please. Okay, so I'm gonna ask that you don't tell anybody here to shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Please
yeah,
and
for
thank you.
sure.
All right,
I
that's
have
just
a
kind of a
Yeah,
rule
but
here.
just
We
let
don't
people
do
keep
personal. We
reiterating
don't
the
do
same shit
personal.
over
Sir,
again.
sir,
You're
I'm still talking
racist
though.
and yada yada
I'm
yada.
okay. Again, I'm still talking though. So a few rules we have on the panel is we
Yep.
don't do personal attacks.
Oh,
We
you
don't
don't
call
do
anybody
okay, for
names.
sure.
We don't tell people to shut the
sure.
fuck up. Like
I never
that's
said
just
Yeah,
kind of
for
personal
sure.
rules
Just
here.
let someone
Dan, I'm
repeat
not
some
talking to
100
you. I'm
times
talking
to
to
me.
Vinny.
Let someone repeat
So
something 100 times to me, and then before you stick up for me or for them, just let me get fucking baffled with all the shit. I got you.
Vinny, wait, hold
Can
on.
I
CS,
I
stop.
got you.
CS,
Can I
stop,
unravel
Makes a
this?
lot of
stop,
sense.
stop.
I will
Everybody stop.
unravel
Vinny,
this for
hold
just a
on.
second.
Been
Just
going
give me
for
Yeah,
fucking
Dan,
10
hold
minutes
on,
about
hold
how I
on.
said
No,
the
just
Asian
hold on,
lady.
hold on. Vinny, I have a question for you. Do you hate
Yeah.
women?
No, I don't.
Can I ask you why you talked to the 2 women on the panel that talked to you more harshly than you did me? Can I ask you why you interrupted them and you didn't interrupt me?
Um, what do you mean? She's over here saying people that get personally attacked don't tell someone to shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, this girl's been going on 10 fucking times about how I said the Asian lady in the city. Like, how many more
Yeah,
times do you want to
you
keep
don't have to
saying it?
recap it for me, man. I heard it. I heard it all. Piccola is my mod. She's the one who controls the panel most of the time, so that I get the chance to argue with people, which is wonderful. But I'm just asking you why you stop and listen to me, but you refuse to listen to either one of them.
I didn't, bro. You're making it something it's not.
Sounds like you're trying
Well, you
to
didn't
call
call
him
me
out
any
as
names either.
misogynist.
You're making it
Well,
something
that's
it's
what it
not,
seems
bro.
like.
Nah, it's not what it seems
Here,
like. You
can I
you
bring
don't
it down for just a
don't
second?
even know who
Kind
I
of calm
am.
everyone down a little
Okay.
bit.
You're right. I don't. I was just asking questions. I'm good.
Can I
I'll leave
calm
it
it
that
down
way.
for just a
Go ahead,
second?
Dan.
And give me
Yeah,
15
go ahead, Dan.
seconds. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He was trying to reference some people that he knew that was on the news, and it's just like if I was or my wife was in the grocery store and she was picking out, like spaghetti and stuff, and like this Asian woman came up to her and started talking to her, and then there was a black guy that tripped in the aisle. And I mean, he was just telling a story. I mean, he's giving like reference to what
Wasn't good
he
enough,
wasn't
bro.
being
I'm
racist.
racist.
No, it wasn't
I
good
don't think it was
enough.
being racist
Hey,
at
if the
all.
shoe fits it, wear it. I'm MAGA, so I have to be
Well,
racist.
here's
thing-
the funny thing. With your analogy, Dan? What if there was a black dude that didn't trip, and you just made up a fucking bullshit story, and then said that black
Yeah.
guy tripped, and
I
it
didn't
didn't
make
happen?
up
I
no
wouldn't do
story,
that.
bro.
I
Like
wouldn't do that. That's a stupid analogy.
never made up no story, bro.
Yeah, you did.
But
No, I didn't, bro. They talked about
if you're
they
talking
talked
about
about every city that they spent money in.
I'm around many cultures.
if you're talking about
And if I'm going to explain something to someone, and not being racial about it at all, I'm going to tell them their ethnicity. I mean, I don't know what the hell else to do.
if you're talking about a mayor, there is no other mayor, so you don't need to specify the Asian lady or the black dude. It's
I
the
don't know
mayor
what he's
of
talking about.
I mean, Boston.
Please
You don't
for
have
the
to say
win.
the Asian mayor of Boston.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when we
I
talk
can't-
about Trump, we're going
so-
to say the white president. How about
I
that?
can't.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I got you. My bad.
W,
can't say it.
please. Thank you.
Alright,
That
let's
you
get
said
back.
that like that.
Everyone's feelings are hurt now. Oh my
He's saying
God.
anything to you, bro. Let's just get back to what.
Just saying,
Everyone's feelings
So,
are
Vinny,
hurt
all right,
now.
Vinny. So me and you can talk to
the
Vinny.
dude from Texas, like
Everyone's upset now.
Vinny, I mean, me and you can talk, Vinny. You fine with that?
Yeah, I'll talk to anybody, dude. I don't have a problem with anybody. Honestly, I'm chilling. Rolling
So your problem is the immigration, right?
up. I mean, my problem's a bunch of things. Not just
What would
immigration.
say your number one thing would be?
I don't really have a number one thing. I'd say immigration, the economy, and foreign relations. Some of the biggest things.
So what do you want? The immigration. What do you want it to be fixed? Like, you want judges? You want more border patrol agents? What do you want?
I think there needs to be more security on the Canada side and the Mexican side of the border.
Okay. Well, how much you
Finish the wall.
finish the wall? Okay, that's yeah. Did you look up at any bills that were presented during the Biden administration?
Yeah, they tried to put forth that bill to strengthen the border, but the other side shut it down. And some people said it's because Trump wanted to run on that, but then other people said it was the budget. They said it was a bill that was like $119 billion with $20 billion going to the wall and the other $100 billion going overseas to Ukraine and Israel. That's why they didn't. That's why HR. What was the other bill? HR1 or HR2?
Where
HR2.
you're gonna make me say Langford because you're gonna summon Bonjo. Langford.
He's
Yeah,
waking up right now as we
They
speak.
said HR2 would have been a better bill. I was just sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk, though.
But Vinny, do you know about the Langford bill?
Which one was that?
So the Langford bill was it specifically addressed immigration, and it was only had immigration issues in it. It was only funded that. There was nothing else in there. And it was a bipartisan bill, and it was going to be signed into law, but Trump at the final hour had called a lot of the Republican Party and said, "Don't vote that in. I need something to run on." Therefore, the Langford bill, which was a standalone immigration bill, had no fluff, if you will, in it, did not pass. Why did they pass that?
I mean, are you asking me or telling me? I don't know.
I'm asking you, why didn't they pass the Langford bill? It had nothing else in it. No other fluff. Just immigration.
You're saying because he wanted to run off of it, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that
the
was-
bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, it worked evidently.
Okay,
so
what?
he's admitting that
Okay.
it's not even like he doesn't have a genuine stance on immigration. It's just he wants to use it as a weapon so he can.
No, that's actually not what he's saying, bro. But okay.
Vinny, you're not.
I'd knock
you're
all your teeth out,
You're
bro.
not in
Chill the fuck
Yeah,
out.
for sure. I bet you would, tough guy.
All right. Back to the.
I'd wear
back
your
to-
teeth as a
Hey,
necklace.
back. Let's go back. So,
Violence.
would you? So,
I'm good
how
at
much
that.
money would you? How much would you willing to say? Would you want the United States to spend to make the border stronger? Would you want to spend a lot of money?
Yeah, I mean they're probably gonna spend $500 billion on it. I have no idea.
Oh God.
Wait, you said $500 billion?
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be in the billions. I'm sure. Yeah, could be a
I think he has.
question.
What does he have? He built 750 miles, right?
No.
No.
No, he did not. No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry
I
for
think,
my school girl giggle. No,
okay,
he
that's
did
fine.
not.
So
I think it was.
how many miles did he build?
It was closer maybe
I think it
to
was 40,
50. Yeah, 50. I
40
think
something.
40.
Yeah,
Just
like
50
40,
miles.
yeah, 44 or 42 or something like that. I think
Yeah,
that's what he built.
I don't believe that for a.
Well, we can look at it together. Do you want me
Let's
to
look it up.
you want
Let's
me to
look it
put
up.
it up on my screen? Okay,
Cool.
just give me a second.
Would you, Vinny? I'm asking you a serious question. Would you want more federal judges? Federal judges, immigration lawyers. Would you want to increase those employment rate? Would you want more of those?
I mean, it depends. Are they arguing for it or against it? Obviously, we don't want the ones arguing against it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, obviously there's
It's
judge
50,
and
52.
immigration lawyers that are arguing, against the idea of immigration, and there's ones that are arguing for it.
PolitiFact says that the Customs and Border Protection report says that the Trump administration built 52 new miles of primary wall systems and 33 miles of new secondary wall systems where there were none before. So it was 50.
In what time period? In what time period?
The
Like,
entire, yeah, in the 4 years that he was in office.
In his administration, thank you, Mojo. I was looking for it.
52, only 52 miles.
Yeah, it's under
Yes.
PolitiFact if you just look up how many miles Trump got built.
Yes, and that's kind of a known thing, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay. Because I think what did you have in mind? What was the mileage that you thought?
I thought it was 2,000.
2000.
That's what
And
they're
it should.
shooting for.
And how many miles is the border? I guess across.
Thousands.
it's 2,000.
I'd have to
Wait,
Google it.
it's 2,000.
It's 2000. So Dan, it would be exactly the entire border that Trump is claiming.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So please look up again, and when I think the point of like having these conversation is like if you bring something to my attention, I'm more than willing to tell all of my friends, all of the left side that we've gotten something wrong and we should look at it. But when you go back to your friends and we talk about, hey, listen, we thought that there was 2,000 miles of
Hey,
border
I'm an honest
built,
man.
but
I'm an
there's
honest man.
50.
I don't deal with fiction.
And I got one
Yeah,
for
so
you.
I appreciate that. And so what I'm saying is when we talk about that, if you and I can agree and we can
Yep.
bring and Mojo had brought some stuff
I
too.
hope the bridge can be built between Democrats and Republicans on a lot of issues. I think there is a possibility of it, but we are way too divided right now.
Yeah, and thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. And I think so too. So again, what I'm saying is when we talk about let's just bring this one fact. Let's just talk about this 50 miles of border wall.
I,
So when you go back to your friends
well,
and
you
you
know,
have a conversation.
I admit that I'm wrong then,
Oh
right?
no, that's
yeah,
okay. That's
Okay.
okay. I'm not
here's,
asking for that admission. I'm asking for you to understand that that's the truth. And when you talk to your friends,
That's crazy.
that's the energy that you bring, and that's the truth that you bring. Because if it were I was incorrect, I would do that with my friends. I'd be like, hey, you know what? We got this wrong. Let's look at this again. And
Yep.
I think that's how we meet in the middle,
when you
right?
get
Yep.
when you get a chance, you can look this up. It is PolitiFact. The Trump administration built nearly 500 miles of border wall. That's the quote that was used that Donald Trump said in a 2023 rally.
Oh, he's said it a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So, but this is just a PolitiFact on it, so you can look it up on PolitiFact, just so you can have that information for future reference. Anyway, I just wanted to give you the source where I got it from.
All
Now,
right.
what did PolitiFact say? Pants on fire or what?
No, it actually has it at half true.
Yeah,
The
I got a
reason that
question for you guys.
He did build like a few miles of new wall, but he repaired most of the rest of it or
Did
something.
yeah
Mexico pay for it?
No.
No, Mexico didn't pay for any of it.
And
There's
in
that.
As a
Mexico,
matter of fact, he stole the money from HHS or the
Oh, that's
DOD
right.
actually.
I remember that. I remember that.
He stole the money.
I thought
He
he took it
did.
from
He
FEMA too.
misappropriated funds from the DOD to build some border wall.
I got a question for you guys. So, for the people that are getting sent back and they have visas, do you think it's not until their visa is expired is when they get sent back, or do you think it has to do with what's on their I-94 form?
What did they do to get sent back?
what do you mean?
So, if someone
Wait.
comes here and they're on a visa and it's time for them to go, do you think that's based off the expiration date of their visa, or do you think that's based off of what they tell them at the border?
So, Vinny, I haven't looked up that specifically, but I would say when it's communicated to them that their visa would expire, and
It's
I
not
don't know
though.
why we're playing this game. So, if it's not communicated to them, I would say that's a little deceitful.
Well,
So
it's
let's be transparent about it.
yeah, it is transparent. So when you come across the border, you sign the I-94 form, and the border patrol officer that lets you in gives you a date that you have to leave by. That's different than when your visa expires. So if your visa expires in a year, but the border patrol officer tells you
What's
on your
the argument?
I-94
What's
form that in 6 months you have to leave, then in 6 months you have to leave. It doesn't matter if your visa expires in a year.
what's the argument being made?
Well, the argument's just that, you know, if you've seen the stories about the people with visas that they say haven't expired, but they're being sent back, it's because it's not about when your visa is expired. It's about when the Border Patrol officer told you you had to leave America by.
Can you share that example with me?
I mean, you could just type in I-94 form. That's been a thing since the
No,
80s.
no. I'm just wondering. So when we're citing these people who are being sent back to their countries, I just want to know when you're citing this, like they misunderstood that date. Could you please bring up that example for me? I don't
Well,
know this. I'm really like hoping to learn a little bit more.
yeah, like a screenshot of that being explained.
No, a screenshot of maybe a person who was deported, and we're questioning why they were deported, and then it is cited that they misunderstood the expiration of their visa date. Could you cite that example for me?
Well, apparently Joe Smith got
Joe Smith.
deported to El Salvador from, Wyoming, and they just busted into his house and, took him to El Salvador with all the MS-13 gang members.
Yeah. I don't know how I would cite that for you. I think it's a pretty simple lookup. Are you
No,
sent
Vinny,
back?
Vinny. I'll help you. So, what you're telling me here is that people that are being sent back and we're misinterpreting the reason that they're deported is because they misinterpreted the date that their visa expired. Can you please cite that case and cite that example?
It has nothing to do with the visa being expired. Like you
Vinny,
still don't get it.
Vinny, quick. What happens if a person crossing the border doesn't complete their I-94 form?
They have to. It's impossible to not complete your I-94 form.
Hey, give me the big screen.
Pick, are you there?
Give me the big screen.
Yeah, give me the big screen.
Damn it, I'm on the fucking porch.
My bad. So, U.S. CBP.
Okay, thank you.
Foreign visitors to the U.S. no longer need to complete paper customs and border protection form I-94 arrival departure record. So why are you telling me something wrong?
Is that under the Supreme Court?
This is the CBP.gov, dog.
You're saying that people don't need to file that anymore?
It's been there.
Do you see that?
That's
let
what
me get
this
it.
is saying.
Foreign visitors to the U.S. no longer need to complete paper customs and border protection form I-94 arrival departure records.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this dismantles
It's the first thing that it
entire
says.
argument, Vinny.
But that's not how it works.
It tells me you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, but that's not how it works. And you're
Oh my God. Okay, bro.
Then
you don't
you
even
show us.
understand
Vinny,
that.
then,
what you're reading.
hold on, Vinny. Then you show us then.
I mean, there's nothing else to show, bro. That's been a thing since the
Show me a
80s.
screenshot.
I don't know
Jesus
what you mean
Christ.
that's not. So what's it based off of? Your visa being expired?
What? What? Like,
Yeah.
really, we're not even in the same universe right
No,
now.
it's just I'm trying to figure out.
Why
You're
would you
saying
give
that
someone
that
for a
has
certain
nothing to
amount of
do.
time?
That has nothing to do with the I-94 form. So then, what does that have to do with?
Why would we give? I mean, I honestly don't know how it works, but why would we give someone a visa that expires in a year, but tell them they have to leave the country in 6 months?
Because
What's the point of that?
the border patrol officer makes that decision. I don't know.
So
It's been like that since the
what he's
80s.
trying to say, what I think Vinny is trying to say is when you enter the country, right? So if you're given a 100-day visa and you enter the day on the 6th day, so your visa would expire not 100 days from that point, but 94 days. Am I understanding that correctly, Vinny? Is that your argument?
No, the I-94 form and the visa expiration,
Right.
they're two different things.
Yeah, but I'm trying to help you. So the I-94 would have been when you landed, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a form you sign.
So
I don't-
yes. So what you're saying is the I-94 when you enter the country is going to be the date that you enter the country. So when you have a visa and your visa is 100 days, however, you enter on your 94th day, then you are 6 days late, and so it does not extend to the 6 days. It is not 100 full days. What you're arguing is that you would have the 94 days, right?
No, they just pick a random date. I don't think it's formulated like that.
And I don't know why I'm arguing this because I think it's null and void what Pro just brought up on screen. Like that's invalid.
I'm pretty sure it's not invalid though, because if that was the case, people wouldn't be getting sent back right now with valid visas.
They're not even. Hold on, wait.
Their visas are being revoked, from what I understand.
It has
Well,
nothing to do with the dates. It doesn't have to do with the dates. What people? All right. Can we talk about one specific case? Can you bring one person so we can dissect it from that angle? Because I think that's important. We're just arguing some.
Here's what I have to say.
No.
The people-
Hold on, Vinny. Can you?
Yeah. Who do you want to talk about?
Any one person that you're citing in this conversation.
I mean, it could be any of the people that have recently got,
Can you bring a case up though?
I don't know what their name is, but the people that participated in pro.
If you don't know the
case, I knew he was gonna bring it up.
Yeah, I was waiting on
he
it.
doesn't fucking know the case.
He's talking about the pro. He's talking about the pro Palestinian case.
Of course he is, of course, and we all knew that. But the problem is he doesn't know one of their single names. Yet he's trying to cite their case about.
I'm not trying to cite their case. You asked.
No. What you're saying, Vinny, is that their visa expired, and you're bringing that up as an argument before you even know who.
No, their visa didn't expire.
Dude, then why are you talking about they only have X amount of days on their visa and that there's a potential of they've overstayed and that's the reason. That's what you brought up.
No, because it has nothing to do about the visa expiration date. It's the I-94
What the
form.
fuck were you talking about it for then?
The I-94 form, which you don't
Okay,
understand.
so I just fact checked it. I just fact checked him.
What the
Alright.
fuck are you talking
Listen,
about that for then?
I
Go
ju-
ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I just fact checked him. That's what I typed in. I said, "Can you be deported prior to your visa expiring?"
And what did it say?
Here's what it says. It says you can be deported before your visa expires if you violate immigration laws or U.S. laws, such as committing a crime or
Yeah.
violating the terms.
Or
of-
you overstay, right?
Well, you're talking about being deported before the expiration.
Yeah, but you're still not listening, bro. It
They're
has nothing
violating
to
the
do
terms
about
of
the
the visa.
expiration. It has to do with the I-94 form, and that's the date that they tell you can stay till. But that
You know
just
what? I
doesn't
love
make
the
sense to
poorly
you,
educated
apparently.
too.
Bro,
I'm sure.
yeah, it's so difficult
I
to
love
talk
the
to him right now.
No, it's-
Bro,
y'all don't
and
understand.
What I'm
It's
trying to
okay,
say, Vinny, stop.
Violating the terms
I
of
don't
the
need to
visa.
stop
Vinny,
shit.
what he's saying, or what he's saying, right, is if you have a 100-day visa, so let's say I am granted that, and then I wait 5 days to go on my trip to that country,
That's not what I'm saying.
and then I'm signed
Not
in.
what I'm saying.
Yes, you are under
Not
the
what I'm saying.
94.
That's what
All
you're
right, so
you're just
so
fucking making that shit up. That's not what I'm saying.
you are. I'm so.
Listen, here I'll say it again. So you're at the border, right? Talking to the officer, and you sign your I-94 form, and he says you have to leave by April 30th, but your visa doesn't expire until the summer. It doesn't matter. You have to leave by April 30th, not the summer, because it doesn't
Well,
matter about the expiration of the visa.
Then
It matters about the time they tell you can stay here for, which is on the I-94 form, not the visa.
Okay, time out. And you're saying that what's happening right now with people getting deported before their visas are expired is that they're overstaying their whatever's on the I-94.
Yeah, that's the argument that Trump's
Okay,
administration
but proletariat
is
showed you
make.
that the I-94 isn't tied to the visa anymore.
But it is. It's been like that since the 80s. I feel like he doesn't understand what he's reading.
He showed you the website. What do you mean?
He showed me the first fucking sentence of some long article. I don't think he understands what he's
What
reading.
article,
That's
dude?
not how it works. Whatever the fuck it was on their website, that's not how it works. You're misinterpreting it. You don't know what you're reading.
Okay, look, if I was an immigrant
Bro.
and I needed information on coming to this country and what I needed to do, if I went to someone like you and I said, "Do I need to complete this I-94 form before I can enter the country?"
You wouldn't come to somebody.
You
like
would
me.
be
I'm not a
fucking
border
lying to
patrol
me.
officer. You fucking idiot.
I'm saying if I had to talk or consult with anybody, if I wanted to talk and consult with anybody,
the border patrol officer.
yeah, and the border patrol officer would tell me that I didn't have to complete the fucking form. You
Yeah, he
fucking
would.
idiot.
You don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my lord, dude.
Dude, y'all need help. Y'all,
I think
what?
you
No,
need
y'all don't
help,
need
brother.
help. I don't want. I don't, I don't
I'm
want
trying
y'all
to-
help.
trying to, like, act like-
I don't think you know what you're talking about, brother.
I don't want y'all to have help. I don't think y'all need help.
We tried it, like, we show you the facts, you're like,
It
nah.
doesn't matter, bro. I know more facts than you.
Okay, then you're just like, you're doing a hissy fit, bro. Like, you.
I'm not throwing a hissy fit.
Yes, you
You and
are,
everyone
dude.
else is throwing a
Then ask
fucking
for the big
hissy
screen
fit.
and show your facts.
Oh, then show us then.
Fucking facts do I have to show you, bro? It says it online.
Bro, I can read a book to you. I can read a book to you, word, and you're gonna say it's not. That's not what it said.
Fine, yeah. Give me the screen. Give me the screen.
Yeah, get the screen, buddy.
He doesn't. Wait, hold on. He doesn't have enough followers to turn his camera
Yeah,
on.
that sucks.
Well, I'll join on my other account then.
Oh
What?
no,
This is
protect
trolling.
it.
It says he has camera access.
So
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
He's-
I
Never
want to.
mind.
I want to.
I guess
I
everybody
just
gets
wanna-
it now.
I want to try to stop, like, running around in the weeds. What's happening is that they are revoking visas because people are protesting the conflict in Gaza. That's it. That's
Yeah,
what's
they
actually
should.
happening.
Well, some people aren't even
I know we're gonna
protesting.
look for no. They're overstaying. Blah blah. No. What's happening is that they're getting their visas revoked for protesting the war in
Yeah.
Gaza, and
Well,
they're conflating protesting that war with supporting the H group.
Yeah.
Well, some people aren't even protesting.
And
Some of them are just
all,
writing
that's all
articles.
that's going on. It's just a suppression of free speech, and they're deporting people.
It's
Well,
not
here's
when
the
you
thing, like,
vandalize
the
your
lady
It is
property.
free
from-
speech. It is free speech.
The lady
You're
from
allowed to
Tufts,
protest the war.
the
Yeah.
lady from Tufts just wrote an article criticizing Israel. She didn't even protest.
She was one of 4 people that wrote that article.
Yeah, she didn't even protest. So it's people that aren't even protesting that are getting fucking rounded up.
Hang on. So Vinny said something very interesting. Vinny, what did you say at first? He's like, good. They deserve it. Yeah, I heard Vinny. Did you say that?
What was it?
Did you say good? They deserve to get deported back?
No, I was saying people, if you're vandalizing your college, and that actually happened where I'm from, for pro-Palestinian movement, because the college has ties to Israel for donations. So yeah, I do think that can be problematic when students are doing that to their college.
Did Mahmoud
That's fine,
Khalil
but these
vandalize?
people didn't. Yeah, these people aren't charged with vandalizing anything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think government can obviously make their own decisions if they feel like people are problematic in these protests.
Would you say that? Hold on. Would you say that?
If the government feels like they're in violation of the conditions of their visa, they
Oh
can.
my God, how
they
quickly.
can violate that visa.
You guys, how quickly you guys go to enabling the government.
This is why when y'all get y'all's rights trampled
That's
on,
wild.
we're gonna laugh in your face,
As
and then we're
soon
gonna
as
say,
you
"Do
have
it."
power, as soon as you control the government, you're like,
saying
government
it's
When the
right or
does
pendulum
whatever it
wrong.
wants.
When
I'm
the
not saying
pendulum
it's right or
swings
wrong.
back, I hope all your rights are violated.
Law.
Well,
And I'm
hang on.
glad.
What is the definition of a domestic terrorism? This
I'm not
is
saying it's I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the law.
that's the law. Wait,
Wait,
so
wait, wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was the law, Michael?
I'm saying that if the Secretary of the State determines that you're violating the conditions of the visa, then he can discontinue the visa.
Michael, he cannot. He cannot. There under the 14th Amendment. Again, we'll talk about that, and we can go on to the Secretary of State. I've heard this argument before. But under the 14th Amendment, no. Every person in this country has the right to due process. So we do not know whether or not they're violating anything without giving them due process.
Well,
So
to
you are categorically incorrect.
Well, to be fair, and you know, CS, I'm always on your side because you're awesome. But he is right. There is no judicial review for, and the Secretary of State has broad authority, wide-ranging authority to revoke visas for any reason they deem necessary, and there is no judicial review for it. I mean, it's not right, but he's right.
Yeah, and so
That's
maybe,
what I'm saying.
so
I'm
maybe,
not agreeing with it. I'm not agreeing with it. I mean, there is free speech in this country. And
confirmed that.
right or wrong. I mean, I'm all for free speech. I'm
And
not
so,
saying it's
and
right or
so
wrong.
if I'm, and so again, if I'm incorrect, like I want to understand that because I must have that wrong then. So
Yeah.
what I understand of these people who are on U.S. soil, I thought everybody under that provision in the Constitution is afforded due process. So I did not know that there's someone, including the Secretary of State, because I've heard that argument, but